Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sid Alpha, and welcome to this week's Line of Sight, the exclusively Bacon Weekly News Roundup video. Yes, I know it's supposed to be exclusively games, but I'm taking it over in the name of the almighty bacon, the food that makes all other foods better. Viewership was way up last week compared to previous weeks. I don't know if that was due to the subject matter or the added color to the thumbnail or some other internet trickery, but either way, I do appreciate everyone's spending their time here, and I'm very grateful for all of the supportive comments. Don't forget, if you enjoy these videos, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and also do yourself a favor and check us out at the Exclusively Games website for additional gaming news and reviews, with new content being uploaded daily. Link is in the description below. That said, let's dive right into the topic at hand. Not much preamble, I know, but I'm extremely tired, and a tired mind is not a mind that comes up with too many off-the-cuff jokes. So, for this week, we have Ubisoft cracking down on story creator mode XP farming. Starcraft 2 is in the news for not one story, but two stories this week, as news comes out surrounding the Alphastar AI joining the European ladder, and the new Starcraft Mass Recall 7.01 update has been released. And finally, Shenmue 3 developers force Kickstarter backers to pay for pre-order content. And now that we're all queued up, let's get started. Ubisoft has garnered some positive PR recently due to their generous actions immediately following the Notre Dame fire and the extremely accurate depiction of the famous cathedral. In addition to that, Ubisoft recently launched the Story Creator mode into open beta on June 10th. The Story Creator mode is an entirely web-based designer program that allows a person, even those of us like myself that lack programming knowledge, to be able to craft their own story content with a list of NPCs, custom dialogue, and the capabilities to make your own self-contained mission or campaign that can be as simple or as complex as you want to make it. It's a fantastic inclusion that will allow a ton of free user-generated content that will keep Assassin's Creed fans happily engaged with Odyssey for a long time to come. However, as with everything that can be used, it is a thing that can be abused, which is what Ubisoft says has been happening for the past month. It would seem that people have been creating bare-bones missions that grant massive XP gains for the player and publishing them for the public to play, unbalancing the main campaign of the game according to Ubisoft, and as a result, Ubisoft is beginning to take action. Now, in an announcement made a couple of days ago, Ubisoft had the following to say. Story Creator mode was designed to be a tool for players to let their creativity and imagination run free as they build their very own stories to share with others, using a modified version of the tools our own designers used to develop the quests in the game. However, since the launch of the beta, we have noticed an increasing flow of farming quests that exploit the tool to get large amounts of XP. These exploits risk jeopardizing the overall quality, integrity, and purpose of the Story Creator mode and result in less visibility for the creative, interesting, and frankly fantastic community stories that have been published. We want to focus on rewarding creativity by highlighting quality quests, and we are working on fixes and adjustments to reduce the impact of such farming quests on the player experience. We are also changing story mode's terms of use to prevent creators from publishing these kinds of stories. We are working on the following fixes and adjustments to reduce the impact of such farming quests on the player experience, shifting the focus back to the tool's intended design and use, as well as actively combating exploits moving forward. XP farming quests will not appear in our automatic recommendation system. This includes Hall of Fame and the trending section. Stories that are reported for exploitation or cheating will be hidden moving forward. Our terms of use will be updated to reflect the misuse of the tool, and we'll be sanctioning those who continue to willingly and intentionally misuse the tool, implementing further solutions with upcoming title updates. We will share more information as we near these updates. It is worth noting, however, that while Ubisoft has taken a stance against user-created XP farming content, the company does still sell a $10 XP booster microtransaction for the game, and by all accounts have no intention of removing it. Our next story, or I should say stories, involves a personal favorite genre for me, the RTS, and particularly Starcraft and Starcraft 2. The first of these two stories surrounds the Deepmind artificial intelligence research project with Alphastar on Starcraft 2. In January of this year, the AI Alphastar played several matches against pro Starcraft 2 players, with some of those matches being shoutcasted, in which the AI showed a slightly flawed but still dominant presence. In a continuation of that research, Alphastar will soon be playing a small number of StarCraft 2 ladder matches on the European servers. In an announcement made on the StarCraft 2 news website, it reads, experimental versions of Deepmind's StarCraft 2 agent, Alphastar, will soon play a small number of games on the competitive ladder in Europe as part of ongoing research into AI. If you would like the chance to help Deepmind with its research by matching against Alphastar, you can opt in by clicking the opt-in button on the in-game pop-up window. You can alter your opt-in selection at any time by using the Deepmind opt-in button on the 1v1 versus menu. For scientific test purposes, Deepmind will be benchmarking Alphastar's performance by playing anonymously during a series of blind trial matches. This means the Starcraft community will not know which matches Alphastar is playing, to help ensure that all games are played under the same conditions. Alphastar plays with built-in restrictions that the Deepmind team has defined in consultation with pro players. A win or a loss against Alphastar will affect your MMR as normal. And while my APM is nowhere near what it was over a decade ago, I'm tempted to shake some of the rust loose and start playing ladder again, just in the off chance I might get the opportunity to myself to play against and likely be absolutely crushed by Alphastar. The next StarCraft story doesn't involve anything quite as flashy as a new AI that can have the potential to change the face of gaming as we currently know it, but it's still something really cool that I'm excited about. This information is actually a couple of weeks old, but I just found out about it earlier today, or I should say yesterday, as I'm recording this video on a Sunday. Recently, Starcraft Mass Recall announced their version 7.1 update as now being live, and if you don't know what Starcraft Mass Recall is, I'll show you an excerpt from their website. Starcraft Mass Recall is a project that recreates the classic StarCraft and Brood War gameplay as well as the entire single-player campaigns within the StarCraft 2 engine. Mass Recall contains 68 maps, 59 from the original Brood War game, 3 that were hidden or deleted on various StarCraft supports, and 6 from the 1998 demo campaign. This mod can be used with any StarCraft 2 version, including the free Starter Edition. And while Blizzard does have the StarCraft remastered, there are those of us, like myself, that are interested in playing through the original StarCraft campaign, a game that was released all the way back in 1998, and play it on a more modern engine that does not replicate some of the limitations with the control scheme and the AI pathing issues that are still replicated within the remastered edition. And as this is a free mod, I think it would definitely be worth the time of any RTS fan to give it a try. I have given the first couple of missions a go myself, and the gameplay is spot on. However, I have had to hit the escape button a few times to progress between the introductory cutscenes. Oh well, at least it's a bug that doesn't affect gameplay. Our next story involves Deep Silver and YSNet, and yes, some of my fans have stated that it's pronounced YesNet, but as the YS part is the initials of the developer, Yu Suzuki, I'm going to call it YS instead.
Everybody got that? Good!
So, in addition to YSNet getting over $6 million in Kickstarter funds from nearly 70,000 people, they signed with the publisher Deep Silver for additional monetary backing, then limited their game to an Epic Store exclusive for the large paycheck from Epic Games. This resulted in a severe backlash that got even worse when YSNet refused to refund any disgruntled Kickstarter backers. Epic Games then opted to pay for refunds themselves out of their own pockets. Now we have one of the Shenmue 3 backers receive a response in the negative to his questions regarding pre-order content. In the most recent Kickstarter update, Antonio Miranda posted this reply. I just got a reply from YSNet regarding Season Pass and trial versions. TLDR, backers won't get content in pre-orders/deluxe editions, including the Season Pass. Dear Antonio, we apologize for the long delay in responding. Your feedback is appreciated, and we will look into having your noted points in future updates. Standard and deluxe versions released through retail sales are not affiliated with the crowdfunding campaign, so will not be included with backer pledges. However, they will be available for sale separately. Kickstarter backers will receive the Kickstarter version. Slacker backers will receive the Slacker backer version. Both have unique content respective to their versions not available in the retail versions. A season pass is not included. Trial version release date info has yet to be confirmed and will be announced in the updates when details are available. You will be receiving your trial version, but we must ask for your patience for a little longer. There will be more information following in the days ahead concerning updates. Sincerely, the Shenmue 3 team. And for viewer reference, the pre-order content in question is as follows. A Blazing Kick Advanced Technique Scroll, so basically a special move, a cosmetic Kenpogi training outfit, and a Peking Power Starter Pack, which appears to be a packet containing in-game items and XP boosters. The rest of the pre-order bonuses are either PlayStation specific or are physical goods, such as the GameStop's 2-inch Dragon and Phoenix Mirror Medallion. Within this, it would seem to be universally agreed upon that Kickstarter backers are not entitled to any physical goods or season passes outside of what was part of their backer tier. However, there is a very different argument being made when it equates to pre-order bonuses that are entirely digital in-game content, as Kickstarter backers really are the earliest pre-orders possible. And while YSNet could have had an easy layup for a PR victory here, it would seem that they will choose instead to stick to their guns yet again and force Kickstarter backers to pay even more money for any of the pre-order content on offer. And for full disclosure, I myself did send an email to YSNet attempting to persuade them to provide Kickstarter backers the digital in-game content, but to date, I have not received a response. But that's all the time we have on this week's Line of Sight. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I always say that these videos are the highlight of my week because all of the supportive comments, and I really do mean it. You guys have continued to be beyond amazing. If you'd like to hear more of my content, don't forget to check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/SidAlpha. Link is in the description down below. And once again, if you feel like I earned it, help fight against the algorithm by liking this video and sharing it on Twitter or Facebook. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Sid Alpha, and I'll see you next time.